I do food on a photograph, and
I do models that eat.
so
It's a
food on a model. Models that eat it.
Models that eat it.
Yokoso.
Yokoso.
Yeah.
Models that eat it. Yokoso. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
Models that eat it. Yokoso.
Yokoso.
Yeah, remember, like yokoso.
Yokoso.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa. Models that eat it. Yokoso.
Yay! You said it!
Welcome back to Models That Eat. It's your girl Pojo, and today I have a very special guest, as you can see. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Kaoru.
Kaoru.
I'm from Japan, Tokyo.
And that's where we are right now.
Yes.
We're in Kaoru's home. We thought we'd do a little mukbang and eat some snacks, try some new things, and then also talk about our gallery. We have an exhibit that starts tomorrow here in Tokyo, and it's our food on a model collab. So we're gonna explain that too, because I think people see it online but don't know the story behind it.
Yeah.
Which is a long story.
Yeah,
Very long story. So should we start with these because they're gonna fall apart?
It's kind of hardening now.
Yeah.
It's really stretchy, so
I'm
it's like
excited.
a cheese almost. So
Oh really? Okay.
so this is like the real mochi.
The real mochi, not that fake stuff at Whole Foods. Like we ain't about it.
The real mochi is like white and like square and like
It looks
hard.
like soap, kind of.
Yeah, and there's two types. Just freshly, it's just like pasta. It's like raw, just made fresh pasta, or the dry pasta, right? So it's the same with mochi. Okay.
I'm really
Wanna
excited.
try it?
Yeah.
So this
This
is
is
mochi
huge.
that's like toasted and a little bit burned, and it pumps up like huge. We dunked it in like a soy sauce and then wrapped it with seaweed.
Yay! Oh, what do I say?
Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu. Oh my god.
It's totally different, right?
The soy sauce is perfect with the seaweed. I'm just surprised that it goes from like that little block to this. And you just have to heat it up.
Yeah.
So what is
Just-
this mochi like?
Right. Mochi rice.
Is it just rice like powder?
I don't know the word for it, but it's like punched.
Yeah.
You steam it first, and it's very like sticky.
Oh my god, this is so good.
I'm happy.
I love that. That was so amazing.
Now you have the real mochi.
Seriously, and I feel like I could make that. Like I would make that for myself. It's so yummy.
It's easy, right?
So easy.
Gluten free, vegan.
Vegan. Hey, we love that. I'm still drinking my smoothie from this morning. Kaoru made me like a really good smoothie, and it was mainly greens. You said, right? And
Yeah,
then
a
a little
lot
bit of
of
frozen
greens.
fruit.
Frozen fruit and Japanese version of grapefruit.
Super
And-
grapefruity.
Apple. Yeah. Yeah, it has chia seed and kale in it. Kale and carbonaro, which is like probably same as dinosaur kale. It feels like, yeah.
So everyone understands like what is happening and how this happened and why I'm in Japan, and like the whole thing started last summer for me. So summer 2018. Yeah. You know, I'm always in New York, so I was at this bookstore in Soho, and I was just like looking through magazines one day, and I ran across this magazine, and I freaked out.
Oh, that's that. I forgot.
Oh, it's here!
Yeah,
Yay!
it's here.
I ran across this magazine, and it's right here. And it's food on a photograph, and so it was actually Kaoru's project. Pretty much, it's a cookbook slash food styling zine. And it's incredibly curated, and it's all pictures of Audrey Hepburn, black and white images that Kaoru food styled over each image, and then on each matching page there's this like kind of parallel recipe that kind of goes with the food styling. Bought it immediately, brought it home. I followed Kaoru. I was like obsessed with her work, and then I think one day I would just like looked at the business card again or something, and I looked on your Instagram and I saw you were in New York, which is like such a crazy coincidence.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty impulsive person at times when I need to be, but like this was one of those moments where I really needed to be, and I was like, oh, for sure, I'm taking her to eat. Like there's no way I'm not. I had no idea who you were, like anything about you. I was like, yeah, I need to reach out to her and see if we can do something. So I think I emailed you this like frantic email like, I'm obsessed with your magazine.
Yeah,
Like
it was a pretty long email.
yeah, I sent like this whole thing, and I was like, I'd love to take you for food, like we should meet up. And I'm lucky you didn't think I was crazy, and then you responded.
I know. I remember receiving your email, and it said models that eat. I was like, another one, and then but it was long, and the length just visually told me that she wants to say something. And I was like, okay, I feel passion from this like email.
Oh,
so
yay.
yeah.
So we met at Cafe Patisco in Lower East Side.
Yeah.
Which was right by Zha Zha Zha, which I love Zha Zha Zha. I just remember just being like, I love what you do. We need to do something. Was I like overbearing? I feel like I'd be really coming on strong a little bit. Like,
it was like, you explained to me what models that eat is, but American friends, I don't have any model friends, so I was like, wow, I don't even know the modeling world at all, so it was kind of hard to grasp what models that eat really meant because I wasn't familiar with the model world. So I was like, so where is this message towards and stuff? But one thing I knew was like you were so like direct and straight and like straightforward and like positive vibe was like incredible.
Oh, yay!
So I was like, yeah, I want to keep talking with you. And so yeah, I had so much fun talking with you. Yeah,
that trip was really fun.
I think it was very natural. It was like I didn't feel anything like a doubt like suspicious or like anything like that.
Good.
So looking back, it's very positive vibes. I don't know.
Yay! That's what I'm about.
Yeah, and I was only there for 2 months. So
yeah, I think we got food a few times then, and like I somewhat expressed like wanting to do something, but I definitely didn't want to like freak you out.
I remember, yeah.
I definitely was like, I really want to work with you like on something, and I was like, well, we don't have to talk about it now or something. I was like trying.
I really remember that, and I didn't know either. Like, does she want to do something with me, or should I suggest her? I also didn't know like what I was supposed to say.
Yeah.
So
because as soon as I was saying, I remember as soon as I started saying something like that, I was like, Phoebe, chill out. Like, literally just met her, and I was like trying so hard to hold back, and I'm like, we need to do something together. So we kept in touch, and then
you downloaded the app Line.
Yeah, I got one. You know, that's like the gateway drug to having a friend that's international. You have the app Line, like you're in. We kept like sending content to each other and things we liked. A lot of content. So Line has seen something. Like Line knows us too well. They have our whole mood board on Line.
We didn't even have the scheduled exhibit or anything, right? Remember, like it was just us trying to make something together. Yeah, I was working with Mo Green, which is a it's like a creative company that also publishes this magazine called Anna Magazine, and I've been working with them, and I had an article coming up for them. Then the editor-in-chief came, and he was like, so the next year we're like trying to send out messages to powerful girls, like girls that are really passionate about their own projects and being creative with their life and being passionate about that. And he was like, do you have any good ideas, or do you have anything in mind, or like do you have something coming up? And I was like, I met this girl called Pojo. She's really cool and she's really cute. Do you want to see something from her content? And he was like, yeah. At the minute he saw it, he was like, oh my god, this is so cute.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him about what we were trying to create, and he was like, are you really gonna do that? Because if you're really gonna do that, we would love to feature that work. And so I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do it. I didn't even know if it's gonna be done, but I was like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then he was like, okay, so I'll give you 14 pages of the magazine. So is that enough for you? And like, yeah. So you just cut out the time that you think about it, and just do it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So this is a lot of people who come to Japan want to try this because it's a very stinky food, which is fermented soybean. It's very stringy. And we usually put it on rice and eat with rice, especially in the morning.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Do you want to smell it?
I think I should, right? Oh,
and then so you should do this so that it cuts the string.
Oh, okay.
And there's soy sauce in it, and also Japanese mustard in it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Huh. I actually don't like. I like the smell.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I don't mind it.
Okay.
People think it's stinky.
Let's see. This one's not that stinky, actually.
It smells good.
Okay,
it smells like kombucha.
cool. Yeah, you're right.
Because I drink it, I'm probably used to the fermentation.
Love kombucha.
I love kombucha too.
Oh, that's shocking.
That must be why I'm like
actually.
used to the smell, right?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It really doesn't taste like that much to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm so serious.
This is so funny because you were reacting so weird with those like sweet stuff.
Oh no! No! Oh, the strings are everywhere.
I know, it doesn't really cut that much.
Oh my god. Oh, I almost did it again. Look at my pants.
Oh, don't! It's gonna smell.
Oh! Mm.
Oh my god, I'm so happy you're trying it.
Mm. I'm getting it off, I think.
Wow. Good job.
It's so weird. The texture. I mean, obviously,
The texture is weird,
right?
right?
But
Yeah.
it's not bad. I like it.
Yay! It's amazing.
Well, it's so good.
Yeah.
This is really, really good for your gut, right?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
like so good for your body.
Well,
Fermented stuff is really good for your body.
Kaoru came to New York in February, and we decided to, work with a lot of my friends and start taking photos, and you can meet the people behind the channel. I feel like the channel's still in its early days, and the content that exists like really defines it because there isn't that much. And so like the people that I've included on Models That Eat lately, or as of now, are people that really molded the channel. And those Dine and Dash episodes, like every single one that I make, I put so much time into.
And
And it's like that is what I want the point to be. Like, like those are really raw conversations. So
I was kind of nervous to meet your friends at first because I didn't know what to expect. Actually, I didn't actually expect anything. When I met your friends, Samia and Anaja, they were the first two models we met. And hi. And the first I think, Samia came in, right? I was like, okay, yay! I was like, okay, I think it's gonna be like, it's gonna work. She was so nice to me. She was like so natural, right? Because you were there, of course.
We both knew that this wasn't going to be just like random photos of models and just random food. Like, that's the one thing I loved about your work, was how it was so premeditated in like such a delicate way. And what I always loved about the whole conversation that food starts, and like, I mean, even here, like, it's just such a cultural experience, and it's very loaded because there's not only like the culture that surrounds food, but there's also like the diet that comes with food and people's relationships with food, and like these things tend to like stack on top of each other, or it's like culture and then relationship with food and then maybe a diet if someone has one. So it's really interesting, and like it kind of molds the way you start conversations around it. So our journey with the project was like trying to figure out like what we were trying to say, because we both love, we both appreciate photos of food.
Definitely. We knew that there was something, we had a strong connection about like food, and I'm not that like informative of fashion, but I like fashion. We knew that there's something that's merging somewhere, and we needed to figure out how we can like figure out ourselves and also make it into some kind of a strong concept. We thought about it so much, and I think we've experienced and got to know so much about food and relationships, and like with food, and
how to navigate the conversation and stuff like that. Like, I kind of keep my content very fluid with conversation, but when we have something like a message we're trying to portray, or a common denominator with all the images, and like we want everybody's picture that is in the gallery to like represent their relationship with food, and it involves these like deeper conversations that maybe aren't as organic but like are very authentic, so it's like starting that dialogue in a productive way, and then also having fun, because like it's like such a fine balance between like the images and then the person, and I learned so much too about my friends. I'm like so grateful, and like, thank you to everyone that was in the gallery, every single person. Like, we shot with so many incredible models, and like this is like just the start, and it feels like such a great strong foundation for like what this should be too.
When the prints came out, and I saw it for the first time, it really made me emotional, even if I was the one like put the food on it. But then when you see it, you kind of feel something for sure. I hope. And I don't think it should be one way to look at it. There could be so many ways to look at it, and that's, I think, the beauty of it. That I think that's the ultimate place that we kind of got to, where it's all right to look at food in so many ways. Like, there's so many ways to have fun with it, and so I want people to have different interpretations of the artwork we've created. Yeah, I think that's the beauty of our work. Yeah.
It feels really weird being in Japan right now because I'm like, everything has been digital or physical when you're in New York, but like it feels really weird how tangible it is now. And it feels like this, like events like this too, like the structure makes sense for what we're trying to say because it's bringing people into a space and like having them interpret it. I'm really excited for all the things Anna has in store for our exhibit because we're also doing a talk show where we get to talk about our journey with the project and like express the future of it because we want Food on a Model to be like ongoing. Well, I think like the future of Models That Eat is more conversations like that, and then hopefully the future of Food on a Model is more conversations like this.
Yeah.
If there's anything you'd hope people get from your work, what would it be?
I don't think I have a message I want to send, actually. And as I think it's the same thing as I just said.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, because some people will tell me like, it's beautiful, it's fun, it's funny, or like, you know, some people that are like food stylists will say like, it really looks like a clothing that you can wear out. The beauty I saw in the food was matching with what the beauty I saw in Audrey. Probably that's what I figured out when I did my first exhibit in New York. People kept on asking me like, why did you start working with Audrey? Why did you pick Audrey? A lot of questions, the same questions, and I didn't know. Like, I wasn't thinking about it. But then I figured like, I have the same emotion like when I see this beautiful vegetable or fruit, and then I see Audrey. They're so beautiful. So it's always about finding beauty of what this object is. Object meaning person, or vegetable, or yeah.
I think like the one thing that I really connected with you on too was like your appreciation for food. It's like a universal language, right? Like we all eat food. Like regardless of like who you are, what your relationship with food is, like where you come from, like food is like the one thing we all can say we have in common. Like we're bound to be stuck with it and to like love it and to cherish it. And part of our message, like in our brief for it, the project, it's like to love food and to cherish food and to like allow it to like be a happy thing is like the best thing we can do. And I think like you're doing that in the most literal way. You're observing it, and that's like really cool to like zoom in a little bit and like rather than like the overall picture of like diet, nutrition, blah blah blah, it's like zoom in and like really appreciate it, the beauty of it. It's like a real beautiful art.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just so grateful. Like I'm so happy to be here. Like I say this every time whenever we're together. We're just like hugging. We're like, yay! Like walking around, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited for everyone to see it. Super excited. Yay! You're the best. All right, Models That Eat. It's been real, of course. Thank you for being just like a great partner in crime. I feel like I'm so excited and I'm excited for everyone to see this stuff. So keep your eyes peeled. Animag, if you can buy an Animag, if you're in Japan, got a cop. And yeah, check it out online too, because I'm sure we'll have it online soon. But we're gonna go. We got some meetings, and we'll see you later. How do you say? What do we say? Do like goodbye or after?
Matane.
Matane? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Matane.
Bye. Bye.